Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Thoughts of the Young Icon with me, Sam. Today, I want to delve deeper into the topic of money. You see, money is a very important topic because we live in an economic world. If you don't understand money, if you don't understand how money operates, then you're at a disadvantage. In today's video, I'm going to delve into some ideas on money. I'm going to delve into some ideas on upbringing and how it shapes your view of money and how certain ideas keep people poor while other ideas help people rise from the ashes. Catch this video, it's going to be a good one. Enjoy. So, today I'm going to talk about money. I'm going to talk about different aspects, different angle about money that you don't hear very often. I have the privilege and I guess the misfortune of being born in a third world country. Now, why do I call it a privilege? I call it a privilege because being born in a third world country means that the world is my oyster. Like, I'm in a country where so many things are not yet here, so many developments are not yet here, and it is up to me to use my brain, to use my thinking power to create value, not just for myself, but for other people. And the essence of money, money comes where value is being created. Now, the misfortune comes in that where we're from, there's a misconception that we don't have what we require in order to pick ourselves up. Malawi is such a beautiful country. We've got beautiful natural resources. We've got everything that we can require, really. But what I've learned is that when it comes to money, money is a mindset thing. Money comes to those who understand how money works. And money's got this thing whereby if you don't understand how money works and if you fall in love with money, as opposed to falling in love with creating value for the human race, money ends up cursing you. So today, I want to talk about money. I want to talk about our belief system with regards to money. I want to talk about how our upbringing and how we view money plays such a major role in life as to whether we'll end up in abundance or whether we'll end up with very little. Now, my upbringing, I have to admit that I was privileged to be born in a very good home. I was privileged to be born, especially in my formative years, at a time where my dad was rising up in rank. And I feel like this has helped me quite a lot to understand money in many angles. Because as a young man, when I was in my very early years, my dad didn't have a lot of money. And as I grew older, the amount of money he had began to change. But what I also noticed was that the way he began to live his life began to change. And what I noticed that makes him different from most other people who I've seen rise and then fall is that he got to a point where he got to a level and then money stopped dictating to him what he must do with it. He got to a level when he realized that I am in control of money and money is not in control of me. Now, money is a spirit. A lot of people don't want to hear things like that. They want to say, no, Sam, money, blah, blah, blah. No, you need to understand that money is a spirit. Money is something that comes to you as a result of certain principles. When we say spirit, what we don't mean like a creature or whatever. But what I mean is that it's something that follows principles that are beyond this natural realm. It's something that follows principles that are of what we call the spiritual realm. So not the seen, but the unseen. So as you watch this video, I want you to understand that money has set principles. And when you follow these set principles, it comes to you in abundance. And when you go against these set principles, of necessity, it must leave you. The first rule of money that I'd like to share with you today is that money goes where there's value. You see, money goes where there's value because money likes to work with value to serve as many people as possible. What am I referring to as value? Value is something that is beneficial to one or more people. Now, the greater the amount of people that are benefited through the value that you as an individual or an entity is creating, the greater amount of money that it is going to the greater amount of money that is going to come to that individual or that entity. I'll give you a simple example. Why is it that, say, someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, the football player, or LeBron James, or Patrick Mahomes, why do you think that they're worth so much money? It's because they have perfected their skill, their craft so much that watching them, it brings a certain inner utility, a certain inner contentment that gives value. Like this is an intangible value that they have. And as a result, they are paid handsomely for it. You see, in the sports world, there are other players who have skills, and sometimes they're more skillful than the players that we consider the greats. But what ends up happening is that at the end of the day, it's the value that the greats create. It's the value, the illusion, the understanding that when you watch a great, when you see a great in action, when you interact with a great, the feeling that it gives you, that's that value creation that I'm talking about. Now, we need to understand from a young age that what we're striving to do in this life, if we're going to be economically and financially successful, is to create value. You know, in Malawi, what I've noticed is that as I was growing up, especially, you know, when people would ask me, what do you want to be when you grow up? Or the advice that I would get when it came to the career path that I should take, most of the advice was not centered around value. Most of the advice was centered around do this career, and this career is going to bring you a lot of money. And yes, it's obvious that certain careers have a tendency to have higher earners within those careers than, say, the highest earner within a different career, or let's say the median earner, because highest earner and lowest earner, there's usually variations irrespective of career. But the median, that's where you can see, let's say, the median salary for a lawyer is going to tend to be higher than the median salary for example, a teacher, say a teacher. So, you know, here in Africa, here in Malawi, they're always pushing us to go for those higher earning jobs. But what they don't realize is that they're not instilling in us the mentality, the mindset of value. What they're instilling in us is the idea of chasing money. And it's funny because the term chasing money is one which is very often used here. And the irony of it is that when you chase money, that's exactly what happens. You chase it. Like you don't catch it, you push it away, you chase it. However, if you find yourself, say, in the legal field, you become a lawyer, and your desire to become a lawyer was not because of money per se, but let's say you perceived an injustice in the world and you wanted to tackle that. Many times, and I've seen this from my own experience, from my friends and from my peers and from those above me, what I've seen is that if you enter into a profession with the idea of bringing value, like I said with the lawyers, let's say you're chasing justice, there's a cause that you strongly believe in, and that's what you want to stand for. Many times, money finds you. You end up finding yourself in a situation where you've become a lawyer and you become a very successful lawyer and you have a lot of money. You can enter the same legal field and you can enter it with the desire of purely making money. And these are the type of situations where you find lawyers who are crooks. You know, they pervert justice. They do quote unquote whatever it takes to win cases. They are not there for the right reasons. They're not there to create value in a straightforward way. What they're there to do is make money. And many times, two things happen. Firstly, it's either they rise only to fall, or secondly, these guys, they just never rise to the pinnacle. Like they may rise, but they'll always be sort of below median and just never making the kind of money that you'd think someone in that profession should make. So what I would suggest to you as you watch is that don't seek the money, seek to provide value. If you, like I work in real estate, and a lot of people know, a lot of my potential clients and clients know that I work in real estate because I'm here to create value. I'm not in real estate so that I just make a lot of money. I'm grateful to God that along the way He has blessed me handsomely, and I'm thankful for that. But that's not my goal. And I can prove that because so many other times where people come to me with shady deals and they say, no, Sam, just move this for us, or Sam, let's take this shortcut here, or Sam, push this for us in this illegal way. And I turn them down. Like, it's funny. What I've noticed in our country here is that corruption is so rampant. I want to say, and I want to argue that I probably turn down as many jobs than I do take on, because some of them are just outright wrong. They're asking me to do the wrong thing. They're asking me to sell at the wrong price. They're asking me to do something which I know is going to distort the market in a negative way, and I'm just not open to that. So um, I have found that in doing things ethically, my desire, my core desire as a real estate practitioner, and like I said, I like to work in sales. I like to work in a state agency. My desire is to find people who have properties for sale and match them with people who have properties that they want to buy. I'm not in the business of selling houses. I'm in the business of creating homes. So I think by doing that, I've created value. And by having that mindset that it is not so much about making money, but doing good work, helping people find homes, helping people find houses that they can lease, which they then turn into their homes for, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. That's where I derive my joy. So in Malawi here, we have grown up with this mindset of, and excuse my opinion if you don't agree with it, but it's a poverty mindset. It's one of those whereby we've lived in such a poverty-stricken country that we have developed this attitude of, let's make money at any and every cost. And this mindset is bad. This mindset is what has led many to fall. When you grow up in a home whereby money was scarce, money was something that was an issue, like a point of contention between your parents. Many times you start to develop a mindset of, I need to have money. If I have money, it's going to solve all my problems. If I have money, I'm not going to have any problems. But I can assure you, in the abundance of money, there is also an abundance of problems. I think there was a song by P. Diddy and Notorious B.I.G. I think it was More Money, More Problems. Like that's a real thing. So I know no money equals a lot of problems that can be solved by money. But when you have a lot of money, you then fall into a lot of problems that come about as a result of money. So your mindset with regards to money should not be that you're chasing after money. Your mindset with regards to money has to be that you're trying to create value. And in creating value, money is going to come to you. How do you create value? I think that would be the next logical question. You create value firstly by investing in yourself. For value to be created, there is need for someone to work on themselves, someone to have certain knowledge, someone to have certain skills that the world needs and that the world is willing to pay for. Remember, the starting point, and I'm trying to change your mindsets, the starting point should be that you're trying to create value. At the same time, within your mindset of trying to create value, you must also have simultaneously the understanding that the world is economic. So money has to come into play. I'm not saying ignore money altogether. No, that's far from what I'm saying. What I am saying is that you start by creating value, or you can even start by seeking money, but then aiming to make money by creating value. That's different from you trying to seek money and then just trying to seek it at any means possible. Because if you have a mindset of let me make money at any means possible, that's how corruption has become rampant in our country. That's how people steal, people kill other people to take their things. And that's what destroys communities. That's what destroys societies. That's what destroys families. You see, you need to have principles, you need to have morals, you need to have standards that you live by. I want you to have that mindset whereby you decide that money is not going to tell you what to do. Um, and this has just brought to mind a conversation that I was having with my father very recently. We were talking about how uh, we, because God has so richly blessed us, and to Him we're very grateful, we've gotten to a point where money has stopped whispering into our ears. Um, there's a lot of people that I know that once they get a windfall of some sort, they get a lot of money at once that they were not expecting. That money starts to whisper in their ear. It starts to tell them what to do because they were not prepared for that money. Their mindset, their understanding, their perception of money is that money is just for them, and when it comes, it must be enjoyed. It must be spent without anything, without any forethought, without any afterthought, as long as, they had a good time. But what we've realized is that, the truth of the matter is that money is a tool of value. And when you have a lot of money, and especially when you notice that the amount of money that you have received or that you now have is more than you need, that in itself is a sign that the money that you have, you must use to help others. We are in a country whereby, unfortunately, there are more people who are in need than those who are in abundance. As Malawians, we need to think about the community at large. We need to think about our brothers and sisters who are less fortunate than us. We need to be at that position whereby, as opposed to, say, getting the latest iPhone, the next latest iPhone, you're using an iPhone 15. Instead of getting the iPhone 16, how about you change someone's life? You pay school fees for someone, you create value. And, a lot of people use the term giving back. I'm not a fan of the term giving back. I'm not giving back to anyone. I'm just giving. Yeah. If I give back to someone, it means I owed them. Like they did something for me, and then now I'm repaying them. But no, like, don't give back. Just give. Like, have that mindset of abundance. Have that understanding that when money comes to you and you have more money than you feel you require, and mark my words there, I'm saying you feel you require, because as individuals we have different needs at different stages in life. The amount of money a student may feel they require is going to be different from the amount of money someone at entry level job is going to feel they require, which is going to be very different from someone at CEO level job with, say, 4 kids is going to feel they require. So at whatever level it is that you are, when you get money and you get money beyond what you feel like you require, I want you to have that mindset whereby, you have switched from money telling you what to do to you then taking control of the money and seeing that, okay, here's the money. I can now do something for someone else. I am not a socialist per se, but I am someone who sees that in this world there is injustice, there is in inequality. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. There's inequality, and where I can, I use money to help me fill that inequality, to help me equalize lives. And I'm not talking about take from the rich and give to the poor. That can never work. The moment someone has the wrong mindset, it doesn't matter how much money you give to them, that money is going to go away. But what I do believe in is, when I have resources, I can use my resources to build up someone else's life, build up someone else's capacity, build up someone else's ability to create value. And I firmly believe that that's what money must be used for. Money must be used as a tool. Money must be used as a way of building up our lives, building up our communities, building up our societies, building up our churches, building up everything that is positive in this life. So, to the fathers watching this video, I want you to teach your sons to be in control of money. I want you to teach your sons that money should not control them. I want you to teach your sons that when money comes, You are the master of the money, and not money is the master of you. I want you to teach them early on how to manage money. I want you to teach them early on how to have a mindset of abundance, irrespective of how much money they have. One thing I've learned is that abundance is not necessarily truly it's subjective, and it's not nominal. So someone can have, for argument's sake, $10 and feel like they have an abundance. Someone can have $100 and feel like they have an abundance. Someone can have $1 million and feel like they don't have enough. So I want us to teach our kids the mindset of abundance, irrespective of money, because money is just a medium of exchange, and the moment you have value, money is going to come to you anyways. So if you have value, you already have that abundance, and the money is going to come. So that should be the starting point. I think I've rambled on quite a bit in this video. I'm going to create some more content going forward on 4 elements of money, which I think are very, very important for any individual. 4 elements or 4 skills with regards to money that every person needs to have. The first one being how to make money. Second one being how to grow your money. Third one being how to manage your money. And then the last one being how to invest your money. Because what I've realized is that those are 4 completely different skill sets, and many people focus on the first 2, but you require all 4 to truly become wealthy. If you've listened this far, I'd like you to hit that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to tell a friend about Thoughts of the Young Icon. Thank you very much.